couple weeks ago. And so, what is up, coding or coding forever? What's up, man? So what I want to talk about right now is pretty much what is in the title is, pretty much. Oh man, what did I put? What's the title? I already know what I'm talking about. How many developer jobs will there be in 10 years? And I think this is extremely important to talk about because really for everyone that's going into code right now, for all the self-taught developers there are right now, for everyone who wants to become a programmer, for everyone who wants to change their lives, if I put in an effort now, if it's going to take me, a year or so to learn code now, then 2 years from now, will I still be needed, right? If it's gonna take me 2 years to get a job, or maybe, you know what, let's say it's like take me 3 years, for the worst case scenario, 3 years to get your first job as a developer, then the question then is, right, then how long will it take me to become one, and is it worth it in the long run? And that's what I want to talk about today, because this is something that I was thinking about, and something I was talking about with my fellow developers at my company, people I spoke with who have their own company, who are managers at a tech company, and this is something I think that you should hear, right? And I actually had the notes here on somewhere, but okay, right. I think one thing to note, okay, one thing very good to note is I heard this person talk about how there was this toilet company, okay? You know, a toilet company, toilet roll company, a company that makes rolls to wipe your butts with, okay? A toilet roll company, all right? And one thing they did is that they actually let go of a lot of their actual workers there, the labor, people who do like physical labor, because they automated everything. Everything was automated. They didn't need people to roll things up except when you ship it out, right? They didn't need people to do all the physical labor they did with the jobs, and so they let go those people go. Why? Because they made it into a factory where now they do everything through software. Now, think about it, okay? Think about it. This toilet roll company who never needed developers, they don't even need a website because they sell everything what? Wholesale, right? They sell everything wholesale. Because they sell everything wholesale, what happened is they didn't have developers, but because they want to automate everything, guess what? Now they need developers. But you have to think about it, right? A toilet roll company, do you think they want to pay someone $120,000 to become a developer today at their company? No way. Why? Because they only sell toilet rolls. So why would they even need that, right? But because they're doing that, okay, I know it's a really dumb example, right? But because of that, now they need developers. And who are the type of developers they need? Not the people who go to USC and, want to get hired by Google, but who do they need? People like you and me. People like you and me, you and I, who are self-taught programmers today. And that's the people they look for, right? And so I think this is a good question then, right? What it means is that developers like you and me, self-taught or not, degree or not, what's really important to know is that we're really high in demand. And I know some people will say, no, you're not, but it's true. Now, it is important depending on what languages you know. Nowadays, before, when I learned code, 2 years ago, honestly, all you needed was HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, maybe a little bit of jQuery, and you could get a junior position. Nowadays, what do you need? You have to know Ajax, now you need to know Angular, you need to know PHP, you need to know how to use, I don't know, any TypeScript, whatever it is. Pretty much because so many people are going into it, it is becoming more competitive, but to answer the question, will jobs still be available? Yes, it will still be available. Okay. For example, okay, I think this is a good thing to note. Indeed.com, okay, this is where I applied for jobs in the past. I go to Craigslist also. But on Indeed.com, it said this. It said within the next 10 years, okay, within the next 10 years, how many developer jobs will be available? Within the next 10 years, it will be about 1.3 million jobs will be available within the next 10 years. I think this was said a year ago. So anyway, within the next 9 years, same thing still, right? So within the next 10 years, how many jobs will be available for developers like you and me? 1.3 million. That's a lot of people. Now, the question then is, right, who are we competing with to get a job at a company? The people we're competing with to get a job at a company are people with CS degrees. Why? Because they paid $120,000 to go to school. They show that they can do well in school and graduate and make something very difficult, complex, right? But right? The question then is, right, if all these people are graduating with degrees, how do I have a chance to get a job in the industry? How do we know we have a chance? The reason is because of this. Within the next 10 years, how many people will graduate from college, become a CS major, and etc.? Only 400,000 people. Okay, think about it. Within the next 10 years, 1.3 million jobs will be available, but how many computer science majors, right, graduates will be able to fill up those jobs? Only 400,000. Then out of 1.3 million minus 400,000, how many jobs are left? 900,000 jobs are left. But for who? For people like you and me to become a programmer. And that's why, to be honest, I really believe in, like, for example, I believe in Treehouse. I got put this plugin, man. Link in the description below. Check it out if you haven't yet. It's not actually not in the link in the description yet. But I really don't think you need to pay so much to become a programmer today. Now, will it help you get a job? It will. But to be honest, like nowadays, what people companies are doing, and I see that I live in LA, Orange County. I live in a tech bubble. There's another tech bubble in Silicon Valley in Northern California. And what I see nowadays is that companies, what they're doing is that they're hiring juniors and they're training them to become professionals. Does that make sense? Nowadays, it's not always about having the best degree at the best school, paying the most money for a loan, but what it's about is just getting in there, right? So I think that's something that's really important to point out because even for me, I got worried. But it's not about the degree which you have, but really just like within the next 10 years, do I have a chance? Yes. And I see people leave comments on my videos all the time. I don't respond to all of them. I try to. I really try to. But I've seen people leave comments where they said things like, you know what, you can't, if you haven't got a job in 3 years, you'll never get hired. And I remember who said that, by the way. And if you're watching, you know who I'm talking about. Nothing against you, man, but I just disagree because just because you don't become a developer in 3 years doesn't mean you won't become one in 3.5 years or 4 years. I went for it and people told me I couldn't do it and I became a developer in 3 months. I didn't have anything special that other people didn't have. So yes, within the next 10 years, how many jobs will be available? 1.3 million. How many people are graduating within getting a CS degree major? 400,000. So 900,000 jobs will be available to who? The people who are most hungry. Not the people who study casually, okay? That just study like, I'm gonna study an hour a week. That's it. No, the people who are what? Interested. The people who really just want to get in this industry and are hungry to change their lives. Those are the people who get hired. Why? Because when you apply, they see that. They see that in the portfolio you're making. They see that in just what you're learning now. Are you just sticking to HTML, CSS, or JavaScript and you're content? Or are you moving on? Are you moving on to languages that are popular today, like Angular? React is huge right now. And so I think this is really important to talk about. And I think while I'm here, and by the way, if you have any questions, I didn't respond to any comments yet, but if you have any questions, post a question now and I will answer it. Languages that you need to learn today, basics. This is like a foundation, right? To graduate from high school, you have to know math and English and be good at it, right? And of course, other things too. But to get a job today, you have to know HTML, you have to know CSS, you have to know JavaScript. That's the standard now. If you only have that on your resume, no one will hire you. Well, maybe I got hired. You never know, right? But I'm just saying, to raise your chances of getting a job, you need to know more. And what I recommend that you learn is, yes, PHP. PHP is huge. Why? Everyone uses it. But not just PHP. Now I recommend a front-end framework, which my company is transitioning to, which is the Angular 5. Angular 5 is similar to Angular 2. There's some differences in the syntax and changes or something. I'm still learning it right now, but our goal is to transition to it, and I'm excited because Angular is huge right now, or React. And that's one of the languages I would really recommend. Java as well. I don't really like Java because I don't know it, and when I first tried it, it was so hard, and I'll probably try it again in the future. But other than that, yeah. Hopefully that helps. And now what I want to do, guys, it's been a while. If you haven't yet liked this video, please, it would mean the world to me. I'm going to go ahead and go to the questions on here. Let's see who's in here. Coding Forever, what is up, man? C Stove, thanks for watching, bro. Good luck learning CSS, HTML, and JS. Neil Floyd still here. Emmanuel, what is up, man? Let me know if you guys miss me doing these live videos because I honestly do miss it. I just don't have time anymore, man. Ivy said she said she's learning Python, and then after she already learned front end, what is up? All right, Chris Sean, I suck at math. Do I need math to be good at web development? Nope, you do not need to be good at math. But you just no, you don't. I mean, you should know the basics like subtracting, maybe dividing and decimals and stuff like that, but you have a calculator for that. All right, ZHD says, I'm not trying to rhyme. He says, I already know HTML and CSS. Let me flip this over. Oh, I can't rotate it. He says, I already know HTML, CSS. I'm learning Java because of high school. That's cool, man. Okay, so Dion Petty says this, or Dion Petty says, hey, Chris, how does the repeal of net neutrality affect the availability of these jobs? I'm so sorry, Dion. I am not that smart. I don't really understand your question. Can you post it again so I can understand it? I'll make sure I get over that. Okay, Indeed. Okay, Corlette, I don't know what that is. All right, let's see other questions here. Coding Forever says, what is so special with Treehouse? Are they really that good? They are. I've personally seen many testimonies, and I actually have friends who went into this field through treehouse.com, link in the description below. And they've done it, and I got lucky. I became a programmer in 3 months. But I did learn a lot of that I know on the job, but I still learn Treehouse to this day. I'm going through the PHP track. I am learning Angular as well, Angular 5. But I've seen people become programmers in 6 months because of Treehouse. I've seen people become programmers in a year because of Treehouse. Now, it does depend on how much effort you put. Now, how much effort do you need to put, or how many hours a day do you need to learn code on Treehouse to become a programmer in maybe 6 months? I would say at least 2 hours consistently. Because if you only do it 3 hours a week, if you're only studying code, sorry, 3 days a week, 2 hours a day, you won't have the consistency and you'll forget what you learn. Also, a suggestion to become a programmer in 6 months while you're learning code at Treehouse. This is an absolute must if you want to be a programmer, okay? If you really are dead serious about changing your life, is while you're learning all these languages on Treehouse, as you're going through the tracks or whatever it is, you have to build what you're learning on the side. If you do not do that, you'll forget everything you learn. 100% I guarantee that 100% you'll not become a programmer. Not just that, when you make your first website, finally you make your first website, what I would do honestly is that I would call a company or search online for the companies around my area, look for a website that's really ugly, and tell them I'll make a better website for you for only $50. And as you do that, you get better at it, keep doing that. You build another page, you go to another person, say, I'll build a page for you for $75, $100. Why is this so important? Because now on your portfolio, you don't just have projects you made on your own, but now you have paid projects, which will make you that much more valuable to a company too. So yeah. How did I get there? All right, let's keep going. So Treehouse is the way to go. I'm not gonna lie. I've never done Udemy, but I've done it once, which is recently for Angular. I've done it for Angular, and I do not regret it. I actually haven't looked at Udemy Angular yet. I bought it, but I haven't taken a look at it yet. Okay, what else is on here? Let's see. Coding Forever says me and Joe are your favorite. That's cool, man. We started our channels at the same time. I kind of slowed down on uploading because life got really busy, but it's all good. All right, so Donovan said this. Oh, this is a good one, bro. I'm gonna screenshot this actually. Boom. Okay. Donovan, I'm gonna talk about this in the video, man. He said, it took me 5 years to become an employed developer. That's because I was spreading myself too thin. Jump from language to language. Don't know what I did. Well, congrats on getting it anyway, man. 5 years is better than none, you know. Lackey says, I think it's important to keep learning. That's really the point of it. All you need to do is master one thing, but not be the best at it. I agree with that 100%. You do not need to be the best at this. By the way, if you haven't checked, guys, I just want to say it because I have a competition with this person, and you know, he has more followers than me on Instagram. So if you can, hit me up on Instagram, Real Krishan, add me on there so I could finally beat him and win a bet. And I'll tell you what that bet is if I win. Okay, all right. So RSEVNCS says this. This is important. Should I apply if you know the basics or learn before applying? Wait, what? Should I apply if I know the basics or learn before applying? Yes, learn before you apply. Know the basics first. That's funny, man. Okay, JJ Smith says this. Krishan, yeah, I kept getting asked for LAMP over and over and over, but I only know Rails. And guess what, bro? You need to learn LAMP. It's important, man. Z says, I suck at math. Do I need math for web development? You do not. You just need to know the basics, adding and subtracting. Ivy, web development or software engineering, both. They're honestly the same thing. It's kind of frustrating when people try to differentiate them. Of course, you work with software, but a software developer at Patreon, they're called a software developer, but what do? They work with web apps. And Aaron says there'll be a billion jobs. I agree, and I'll mention why in the future video. Coding Forever. I'll try to post more videos, man. All right, Zane says this. Hey, Chris, I'm a long-time sub. Thanks for the motivation. I'm now a freelancer working, and I started my YouTube channel. Hey, guys, check out Zane. I'll probably check it out later, man. Leave me a comment later, and I'll check it out. All right. Man, there's a lot of questions. I don't have much time. Okay, Sivian says, I learned HTML, CSS. What do I need to learn next? JavaScript or jQuery? Learn JavaScript. jQuery is easy. All right, Colette, my code is always really long. Where can I learn to write shorter code? You just have to get better at it. You just have to understand it. You have to grasp it more. Trust me. You know what? Here, let me show you a code of mine, okay? Let me show you something. I haven't done this once. I've been on YouTube for about over a year, and I've never shown my code. Check it out. Okay. All right, so this is my jQuery. All right, this is my jQuery from a while ago. I use this for my thumbnail, as you can see. This is my jQuery. Very simple. I use... Okay, these people leaving messages are messing me up, but let me show this real quick. Okay, so this is jQuery right now. What's up, Sylvester? I left you a comment earlier, bro. And this is for an if-else statement. So if they select an option, what I need to do is remove name or add it or whatever. And what I do to so let me flip this. So I made this for an e-commerce website and as a shopping cart. And yeah, this is the most difficult page I ever made, but because this page was so difficult, I've never done it. Now I'm really good at JavaScript. So check this out. So let me flip this. So this is what I did to go ahead and add up all the totals. This is my code, all mine. Very simple, to be honest. But anyway, okay, that's enough. Let's see what else is on here. Let's go up. This is fun, man. I miss doing live videos. Dang, man. Okay. Let's go down. Do you think Ruby is dead? Nope, Ruby is not dead. Ruby on Rails is not dead. It's not as popular, but still needed. I honestly, my favorite language to work with is Ruby. Not maybe Ruby and Rails is fun too, but yeah, Ruby and Rails are one of my most favorite languages to learn. Vue.js is important too. It can help with some jobs. So we're gonna implement that on my company too. Just a little bit of it, not a lot of it. Okay. So Corlette says, oh, that's not to me. All right, let's keep on going. Do you know about Lee Wagon? They are bootcamp. Can you check if they're good in terms of what they can learn? IDN, can you leave me a comment or hit me up on Twitter and I'll check it out for you. All right, can you recommend a Java project? Nope, because I don't know Java. Coding forever. How long does it take to learn JavaScript? You're always going to learn JavaScript, but for me, it took about a year to be good at it. Rafael Hernandez, what is up, man? Let's see who else is on here. So Coding Forever says, am I a real developer? Maybe not. I mean, I didn't just show you my code, right? I'm not a real developer at all. All right, any more questions on here? Any more questions before I head out? Also, by the way, I want to tell something to you guys really quick. Like I said, I'm actually working with a company that there's big news, all right? This is something I've been dreaming of since a year ago when I went on YouTube. And I told myself, if this company contacts me and sponsors me to fly out to them, I know my channel is doing well. And I was looking at other channels. They have 110,000 subscribers. I only have like, what, 12,600? I think Codyface has more subscribers now. But for me, like, I get so many views still per my videos. And I think it's because of you guys, how amazing you guys are and the relationship I built with you guys. But man, like, I'm just very thankful because of you guys. This company is going to sponsor me. It's not like, it's just something fun. It's not like I'm getting a lot of money. I'm not. I don't need it. I have a good job. But they're going to fly me out to somewhere. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited because the reason I'm able to do that is because of you guys. And the reason I'm able to do all those things is because of you guys. And because of everyone who even buy all my shirts, all my Devs Life clothing, and all the support you guys have given me. It's allowed me to really live my dream. And to be able to say I live my dream and that I went from nothing to where I am now, from, getting paid, 18 bucks an hour to having a job that pays me a lot more than 18 bucks an hour, being able to support myself, my family, maybe my future wife in the future, whenever I get in a relationship again. And then all because of you guys. And I just want to say thank you so much for all the support. I really appreciate that. Also, something special has happened too, and I can't say, but let's just say, okay, wink, wink, I'm very happy. All right. Anything else on here? Okay, Shandell says, I've been trying to catch one of your live chats. I've been watching you for a while now. Just want to say, keep up the faith and stay consistent. Thank you, man. What is the best way to contact you? You can hit me up on Instagram, Real Chris Sean. Actually, Twitter, Real Chris Sean. That's the best way to contact me. All right, I've seen website codes like for over 2,000 lines. That's normal, bro. Okay, I haven't tried CSGO, but I played since 1.6. I played Counter-Strike for 13 years, but now I stopped. What company? You'll find out in 3 weeks. In 3 weeks, you'll find out. I can't say it yet. All right, what laptop do I use? I use a MacBook Pro 2015. Chase Alston. Oh, shoot, this is amazing, man. Chase Alston has been watching my videos since the beginning, and he said he recently got a job as an Android developer. When I was starting out coding earlier this year, he watched my videos all the time and is telling me to keep going. Congrats, man. I'm happy for you, bro. I know someone who went from $30,000 a year to $60,000 a year, from $60,000 a year within 6 months to $100,000 a year, and in a couple months, he's going to get paid $120,000 a year. And this happened in the span of 2 years when I started my channel. So anyway, all right, do you go to meetups? Nope, because I don't have time. Jay Smith says something's been going on. I can't say, but you'll find out in 3 weeks. 100% guaranteed. It's like confirmed. It's good to go. Make live streams longer. I can't because I don't have much time, man. But XU, tell me what your question is, man. I don't see it up here. I don't see it on here, bro. Where are your questions? I don't see it. But if you have any questions, okay. XU says this. Here you go. I think this is an important question. Good thing I checked it. He said, why do you choose web dev of all programming careers? I guess the entry barrier is low compared to other programming jobs, but also heard mobile development is entry friendly. Yes, mobile jobs are actually, I think there's a lot. probably have a better chance of getting a mobile developer job, because everyone's going to web development. But I think if you go mobile, you can learn web development easy. If you know web development, you can learn mobile development easy. You do have to learn Java with Android, or you can learn oh my gosh, what's the language? Swift, right, with iOS. But I chose web development because that's what was introduced to me at Treehouse. When I saw this video a long time ago, I tried web development because I thought, it's something that'd be fun, and I made my first web page, and that's why I did web development. And I'll stick to web development. But my next video is coming up within the next couple of weeks. There are careers you want to get into in this industry, and you want to make sure you get into it, because this is the future of web development, coding. And I know I said within the next 10 years, 1.3 million jobs will be available, but that will skyrocket, So, but again, guys, for everyone, the 50 people who are online right now, if you can like this video, I would really appreciate it. Leave me a comment if you didn't watch this live chat. Ask me more questions, and I'll ask you on my videos. And oh, I forgot to record it, man. I actually have my camera right here, and no, I didn't record it, man. I'm so sad. Anyway, I wanted to record this, but if any questions, let me know. You know what? Oh yes, I have Bitcoin. I can't tell you how much Bitcoin I have, but I got Bitcoin when they were down at $700. I got Ethereum when they were down at $80. I bought quite a bit. So, man, I'm glad I went into Bitcoin early. So anyway, here's my, but here's the camera. You guys are on the video right now, but just want to say bye. Any other questions, hit me up later. Thank you guys for watching. This is Krishan. This is Life Web Developer, and I'm out, guys. Thank you for the support. Like the video if you haven't yet. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Oh man, how do I hang up on this? Okay, peace.